Hi guys, in this video I want to get into revision. I want to talk about states of consciousness and how revision can help you shift into a state of consciousness where you can experience internally the thing that you desire and then have it expressed and given to you in the 3D. Now, our state of consciousness or identity is dictated by how we feel, our beliefs, our thoughts, our programs from when we are a child, young, and what we experience growing up, okay? And so there's a reason why our relationships in the 3D continuously keep happening, like starting the same, ending the same hurt, the same outcome, because you're living from that specific identity, that specific state of consciousness where you keep re-experiencing the same thing, right? Because creation is finished. So we don't really have free will in that state of consciousness. We're going to keep having the thing that we identified with from when we were young, right? That state, that concept of self is going to keep playing out for us until we awaken and we realize we don't want to experience that anymore, okay? And how do you change that? Well, I personally worked on my self-concept for a long time, and I felt like I was still getting stuck. Things were still pulling me back. I was still having kind of this in-between thing happening. When I did revision and I went back and I revised everything, and I gave myself all the things that I wanted to experience in my present concept of self, I went back and rewrote everything. Okay, I rewrote my whole experience from childhood up until adulthood. Okay, and I revised things from my intimate relationships, my success, my abundance, who I believed I was. Because in the 3D, like most of you, I used to seek happiness in the 3D. I used to look for love, look for validation, need reassurance from my person, my partner, to give me worthiness, to make me feel chosen, to show me I was worthy, to be loyal. And I needed these things, right, before to make me feel good inside. But when you realize that you are the only one, right, and everything is just a projection out, you're never going to get these things from the 3D, okay? It's going to be a consistent effort in the same ending over and over again until you change your concept of self, okay? Until you know that all the love is within you, okay? That all the abundance is within you. It's just a state that you select, and then it gives you that reality. And it takes the pressure off because creation is finished. So you don't have to be manifesting every single little thing. The only thing we're really manifesting is selecting that version, that state where we already have our desire internally, okay? And you get there and you feel it because you no longer need anything from the 3D, right? The 3D is just an illusion. The 3D is just giving you you, right? So when you feel whole and complete and you know that you are love, you know that you are abundant, you know that you are everything, right? Because we are an eternal being, and you give yourself that feeling and you shift, then you can have whatever you want, okay? Whoever you want, okay? Because you are selecting that internally, okay? Happiness is not going to be found in the 3D. Happiness is not going to be found in external validation. Love is not going to be found outside with someone outside of you, okay? Because everyone is just showing us where we are. So if we don't feel loved, chosen, adored, okay? All that is, no one can give us that, okay? Nothing can be given outside. Everything is a selection of a state, okay? And so what this boils down to is the focus has to be on who you are being, okay? If you love your 3D, that's great. Lean back and just enjoy creation's finished, that state of consciousness, that reality, that hallway, that selection, it's going to give it to you, right? But if you are not loving your outer relationships, your outer 3D, your abundance, okay? Your mind is bothering you. You are having a hard time. You're struggling with anxiety. You're in fear. You're getting triggered. You're getting affected. You're spiraling. You're needing the outside to give you some sort of validation. Then the answer is going to be going within and selecting a state and staying in that state of consciousness where you have the thing you desire. If you cannot get there and you feel resistance, okay, I really implore you to do revision, okay? Revision is when we rewrite our past and we develop a new state of consciousness by doing this because it clears our awareness of that old identity, okay? And it feeds the new state of consciousness, okay? And depending on what you're working on, whether it be your intimate relationships or your business or your success or how you feel about yourself, wanting to just be peaceful and happy, if you're dealing with mental health, when you revise and you rewrite everything, right? And you give yourself the love, the support, the encouragement, and you write your story the way you desire it to be, it will change everything, okay? It will bring you to a much higher state of consciousness, okay? And it will really solidify and give you a full understanding of what's really happening here. We're not really manifesting anything. We're not really pushing our visualizations out to the 3D. We're selecting a state of consciousness, and in our imagination, we have access to that state. Okay, we have access to infinite states. So you don't have to do anything, and your logical mind doesn't have to do anything. Your subconscious mind goes to work, and it gives you everything from that state of consciousness. Okay? So when you start to say, how is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? You don't need to, your logical mind has nothing to do with it. Your only job, your only thing is to select the state of consciousness within yourself, okay? So everything's inward, everything, right? Because all we are is experiencing who we are in the outer reality. There's nothing separate from us. It's only our consciousness pushed out. So if you want to experience love, change, abundance, peace, happiness, any of that, it has to be done internally, and then it will be given to you, right? As within, so without. So I just wanted to make this quick video. I wanted to encourage you, if you are struggling, to try revision. And again, if you need coaching, group coaching, private coaching, DM coaching, I offer that. But you can experience whatever it is that you desire. You just have to understand the answer is going to be going within and not trying to get anything in the 3D. Affirming to get something in the 3D is never going to work. You have to change your state of consciousness, because when you bring the thing back in, it will leave again until you change self, okay? That inner relationship is your core. It's the answer. It's everything. And that's why I say your inner relationship is everything.